information along to the rest of our viewers. Bruce?
All right, Jen. Well, the Gator Bowl is one of the biggest events in Jacksonville, and now the association behind it is expanding. It's announcing Gator Bowl Sports, which will bring more athletic events to Northeast Florida. Joining us to talk about it, Gator Bowl Association President and CEO Rick Catlett. Good to have you here as always. Basically, what this allows you to do is go beyond the boundaries that you'd been limited to before and really put Jacksonville in the spotlight when it comes to sports.
That's exactly right. We've always done extra college events. We've neutral site games, baseball tournaments, those kinds of things. This is going to allow us to do whatever we want to do. It'll allow us to do youth soccer. It'll allow us to do lacrosse. It'll even allow us to get into the entertainment business, running some events that will be held downtown to, increase tourism and increase the economic impact of Jacksonville on sports. And
you mentioned even maybe the high school football championships, bringing them to a bigger venue and really shining the spotlight on them.
Well, it's very difficult to compete for sporting events, but we're not even in the game right now. We're not talking to the state of Florida high school football championship games, and why can't they play here? Some people have always said, well, we can't put them in the stadium because they'll tear up the field. We have other venues that are perfect. And UNF's a perfect place to house an event like that. So taking a look at the entire Northeast Florida area, the venues that we have, and going out and recruiting sporting events to put them in there, and hopefully the tourism impact and economic impact that comes with that.
Having known you for the 14 years I've been here in Jacksonville, I know that this is something that you've wanted to do, so that begs the question, why did it take so long? Just pure politics?
Well, I think the real issue was our number one issue is the bowl game. We're known as the bowl game. We're going to continue to operate the bowl game. And for a long time, we were 4-year increments. We were always struggling to get that right title sponsor, get that right TV package. And finally, we now have a 6-year deal with ESPN that is going to really be beneficial to us. TaxSlayer has signed on for another 6 years at a very high number, and we've moved up in our selection order in both of our conferences. So the bowl game is in good shape, it's financially sound, so now let's take it to the next step and take that other part of our business and increase it and grow it in a partnership with what the city and the Sports and Entertainment Board are already doing.
Did you look at other cities that are doing the same thing and perhaps model this in part after that?
We did. We actually looked at Nashville and Charlotte, who are probably the leaders in the new wave of cities that are coming on, bringing sporting and entertainment events to their community. Nashville is set up exactly the way this structure is. Charlotte went the route of having a foundation, and of course our friends in a little south of here, Orlando, the Citrus Sports Organization, which is the same organization that we've had all these years, has now 4 not-for-profits that are doing all kinds of things across the board. So it's modeled after what's going on in the industry.
And it does a couple of things. In addition to bringing the sports here, it really does put Jacksonville in the sports spotlight. And it also brings money into the community that can help boost this area economically.
Well, there's 42,000 jobs that work in the hospitality industry. The more we can bring in here, the more they're busy, the more people they have to hire. It's about jobs and economic impact. But it's fun for the people that live here because it's sports and it's entertainment, and you've got a great opportunity to come to some of the finest venues in the country and see a great sporting event.
What's the first get you'd love to have, the ideal get?
Well, I think we need to have another neutral site football game. I think right now we're probably focused a little bit on Notre Dame Navy. We've talked to our friends in Tallahassee about getting back involved with us now that we have a new deal with the ACC. But I really would like to bring back the ACC baseball tournament. I think it was so successful here. They took it to try to go to Boston. Now it's in the Carolinas. I'd like to get that back to Jacksonville.
And I know you've got your eyes on some pretty high-profile SEC teams for the Gator Bowl this year, just because the standings are so tight, which is going to be great for Jacksonville as well.
It looks like now we're going to have an 8-4, 9-3 ranked team playing maybe a Michigan, Wisconsin, somebody like that on the other side of the Big Ten. Going forward, we'll have a tie-in with multiple conferences, so we'll have Big Ten, ACC, Notre Dame, and SEC, so we'll be able to move teams around. I think Jacksonville's going to see a lot of really good new football teams playing here in Jacksonville.
Sweet. Rick Catlett, always a pleasure. Good to have you here. Time check now is 7:20. Jen.
Thank you, Bruce.